The Talk Shop continues today in Studio 255 at the Laramie Plains Civic Center, and it's brought to you in part by Pole Mountain Pharmacy, dedicated to the health and wellness of Southeast Wyoming from their location at 4th and Harney, and Chano's Village, 513 Boswell in Laramie. We appreciate both of those supporters. We ask you to support those that support us in the Talk Shop. And Leslie Capps, thank you for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me this morning, Eric.
Good to have you back, and some excitement as we close January. What have you been up to?
Oh, right. Oh my gosh. So many things. So first off, for those of you who don't know, here we go, right? Wrote a book. It wasn't necessarily on my plan, but that's part of the story, right?
Turning your story into business gold. You've authored this book, and how's it going?
Great. So it hit number one hot release in a category. It number one bestseller in a couple categories, which is super exciting, right? That's what you want. But I will tell you, so the people who have read it and then said to me, I hear your voice in my head, that's the best compliment to me, right? Because I wanted to empower people to use their unique stories to grow their business, whatever their business is. It's the most powerful tool that we have in our business toolbox, especially online. So, but yeah, part of the story of this and coming up is a trip to the Oscars. I didn't really get invited to the Oscars, but the book, right, got an invitation to the Oscars. So I'm escorting the book to go to
the theater of my mind. You are going to the Oscars.
Well,
and therefore were invited.
Right. I am the one that's having to dress up. Let me tell you that. That's for sure.
Red carpet,
the book, she's dressed up.
Yeah. Cool, yeah. Beautiful. Leslie Capps, our guest today on the Talk Shop, and we're talking not only about her book, but also an upcoming opportunity for professional development. Maybe it's just for social networking, professional networking, but we're going to have pizza for professionals, and that's going to be brought to us in part by Papa Murphy's of Laramie. Papa Murphy's, we want to thank them for joining us, and we're going to have Papa Murphy's Pizza available for the lunch hour on February 21st as we embark on the Talk Shop in Studio 255 speaker series. And our first guest, Leslie Capps. What are you going to talk about?
Oh, maybe storytelling, right?
Yeah, all right.
Go figure on that one.
What's the importance of storytelling? What's the importance of everyone's story?
Right? So, I mentioned this in the book, and it really gave me some inspiration for the book. I had a multimillionaire. We were at a conference. He had his arm around me, right? And we were taking the pics, and he leaned down and he said, nobody cares about your story until you're successful. And I'm like, people who know me would go, I'm hot-headed, right? Even though I don't see that aspect. But I always consider things. So I really thought about that. And I was like, I'm totally calling BS on that. Just BS. Everybody's story matters. But that doesn't mean the story that we tell matters or the big, long, windy thing matters. But I guarantee you there are pieces and bits of your story that your audience is really, they're going to lean in and go, ooh, that's kind of interesting. I want to know more. So it really, I was already doing storytelling, but something about that comment and his sort of offhanded thing, and I heard his story multiple times, and he totally believed that, right, in the telling of his story. So he left out bits that really would have connected with humans. That's the whole thing. We want to connect with humans. We are human. How do we do that? Believe it or not, through your story. And just getting very strategic about it, especially in business. Now, if you're just out there, I think even in networking, right? You've gone to those networking events where you ask somebody what they do and they give you this whole long litany of stuff and you're like, holy moly, I have no idea. Where if somebody gives it to you very succinctly, you're like, ooh, either I need you, I can refer you, or I want to get to know you more.
The Talk Shop is going to invite each and every one of you in the audience to our upcoming February 21st luncheon, and we're going to incentivize for the first group of 10 or 12 that commit, reserve, and do show up to this development speaker series on February 21st at noon, I have a surprise for you. And the hint is right in front of you, right now. Leslie Capps, yes, she will be there. But the book that she authored will be that prize. The Talk Shop will present 10 or 12 of you with your own copy, autographed copy of Leslie Capps' new book. And that's going to be your going away present for coming. I want to make sure that we have the audience. And I love prizes. I love presents. It's not just Christmas in December. It's important to do it all year long. Random acts of kindness. You know what takes your story to another level? What takes it viral? When you share it. And you have to share it one by one. Leslie, any thoughts with respect to your book and sharing your story one by one?
So I'm gonna I love that you cannot be the best kept secret, right? If you want to do business. So you have to be your own best cheerleader. But the other thing I'd like to add on to that is be a raving fan of other people. Find somebody who is just ahead of you in business and be that raving fan. I guarantee you that is why I'm going to the Oscars, because I got involved with a project. I'm a raving fan of that. I love the group. I love everything they're doing. I'm always there. I'm always supporting. And that organizer noticed that. She's like, wow, I love you because you're a raving fan. Here's an opportunity. Heck yeah. Otherwise, I would not be going to the Oscars. And I think I talk about this a little bit in the book, which sometimes, right, you never know where you talk about it. But the idea of a solopreneur. This is not a solo adventure. This is a team effort. And if we get that in our minds and start creating that team, you're going to go so much further, I guarantee you.
One of my favorite books, just to highlight, in Leslie Capps' work is the fact that I can open the book, pick a title headline, pick a header of that section of that page. It's really friendly to me. It's bold-faced and regular text type. But no matter where I turn in the book, my bookmark gets lost. Every turn has value. That's my experience so far. I encourage you to find this book. Leslie, how do they do so?
Oh, gosh, all the usual places, right? But pretty much right now on Amazon.com, or you can always reach out to me. People listening, y'all kind of know where I live, right? But yeah, Amazon.com. Would love for you to get the book, would love for you to share if it was insightful or not. That's all good, right?
The title of that book, Turn Your Story into Business Gold. Author Leslie Capps. She's with us today, and we thank you for joining us in Studio 255, Leslie. Any final comments as we approach February?
Ooh, February. Woo-woo. What are my final comments? Oscars.
Ongoing comments.
Ongoing, right?
The story is not over.
Right? I was like, if you know me well, I don't think I ever have final comments. I was going to say, you know what's on top of my mind today is figuring out what I'm going to wear to the launch, the gifting lounge. Then we have an Oscars watch party. That is big.
Do you have a wardrobe
stuff.
change when you walk your dog?
Well, I actually put on different layers, right? So I sort of do. Yeah. Though he doesn't care too much as long as we get out there to walk.
We need to get introduction to your canine companion. Who might that be?
Who might?
Who's your canine? Who is this dog?
Wiley the Wonder Dog, and he has a lot of words. Trust me. He would give you an earful because he does every day with me.
We're looking forward to a future play-by-play. This is Leslie Capps and myself, Eric Henderson, today on the Talk Shop with an invitation to you extended February 21st, our first noon luncheon speaker series. The Talk Shop will invite you and thank you with some Papa Murphy's pizza on that day, and we'll have it hot and we'll enjoy it together. But if you're one of the first 10 or 12, make your reservation and show up. I'm going to have a going away gift for you, and that will be your own autographed copy of Leslie Capp's new book, Turn Your Story into Business Gold. I'm Eric Henderson. This is The Talk Shop, and we appreciate you listening.